Hey, what's going on, guys? Dave here, and we got some new stuff. No magnets or anything tonight. So this is an easy way for, if you remember, I was talking about I wanted to try and raise these thrusters up so that when I mount the magnet or mount the lights behind it, I get the light filter around it and through it. The problem is, if I take this off for the lighting, which you'll see on the demo one here, if I put that on, it blocks these holes, so that's counterproductive. Plus, I like the fact that I can put this in like so, still looks decent, raises it or lowers it off the body just enough that it makes it look better. But then the problem with that is then this sits in too far. We're not going to get the filter effect. I had thought about doing something like this, which, if you can tell, there's just a little clear round piece I cut off of a acrylic brush tube, and that would work, but then you have the hassle of trying to line it up and gluing it in place and making sure it doesn't wobble or anything. So I came up with the idea of basically casting some clear resin in the bottom here. Not very much, only about yay. So what that's going to do is raise this up, let me put the light in so we get the filter effect through here, but also around it without having to do a bunch of modifications. So what I have here, at least here in the States, you can get this, and I know it's probably available in other countries. But this is Easy Cast, just clear casting epoxy, low odor, and it's supposed to dry crystal clear when it's done. Now I don't know if this is going to, because I've had it for a little while and this is yellowed just a little bit, but I'm not real concerned with that. And this is a really simple, it's just a 1-to-1 mix on there. You can get this at, I got this at Michael's. It's normally, is there a price on here? I want to say it's like $13-14 for this, and you can actually do a lot with this. There's 4 ounces, a total of 8 ounces of casting liquid, and you can always get like a 50% off one item thing. So ultimately this ended up being like $6 when I was done. What you'll want is some clear cups, because you'll want to mix it evenly. So you'll put one portion in one, these are kind of big, but one portion to one portion the other, make sure that they're even, put it in. Now this is 1-to-1 per volume, not 1-to-1 per weight. And then what I did was I took some just thin aluminum foil. This is actually hair foil, and I've lined the inside. I'll show you how I did that here in a second. And just take your finger, smooth it out. Don't push too hard, because you want to prevent making any holes in that so it doesn't leak out the bottom. Now this is either going to go really well or horribly wrong. So here is a piece of aluminum. I just take around my finger, place it in, and then just kind of fan it out around. So now I do want it to try and get as smooth to the sides as possible. I'm not going up very far, so this part doesn't really matter, but it's down in the bottom. There is a little ridge in there, and I'm wanting to try and get just enough in there so that it'll sit down in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. And if you guys can see in there, so there's that. Alright, so I'm going to measure this stuff out and then I will be right back. Okay guys, so I actually switched my cups. I forgot I had a bunch of these left over. They are specimen cups, but they actually have both a milliliter and ounces and everything marked on the side, so that makes it a lot easier for me. So these are actually measured out, the actual resin, 1 ounce. I mixed a lot more than I needed, but there's 1 ounce of resin and 1 ounce of hardener. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour it in and I'm not real concerned with getting all of it in there because I actually overshot with the hardener. You want to make sure and mix this really good. And you want to make sure and tap it because it's going to get air bubbles in there. I'm mixing it too fast, so you're going to end up with some air bubbles in there. Now you can actually mix pigments and things in with this. If you want a colored resin effect. Now they say wear gloves. Gloves are for bitches. Hence, I'm wearing gloves. And now any extra that I get in there, I can always just shave off or shave down. I think that's going to work out. And as you can see, yes, I still have a ton left over. What can I do with it? I have something useful I can do with it. Yeah. Just looking around, see if I've got anything that I can pour it into that could be used later. Ah, this might work. And I'll just pour the rest into here. And those are garbage now. So we have a little petri dish, and I just used a Mr. Surfacer lid just to play around with. Alright, so we're going to let these sit. I'm not sure. I will probably just do another video tomorrow night, let you guys see how it came out. Usually let it sit for a good 24 hours just to get hard. I didn't actually read the box on how long it takes. It just says allow to cure. Doesn't actually say how long. Anyway, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow night. Everyone have a good one. Peace out.